Hi and welcome. Today we're making fricassé. We need cup and a half of water, warm water, 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, and 3 teaspoon of a dry yeast. And that's the cup, the one I used. It's 1 cup measure or 250 grams. And now we're just gonna mix the water. We're gonna put aside the flour and the salt, and we're gonna take the water and the sugar. And this is all the ingredients gonna be in description box. So we're just gonna mix the sugar a little bit and add the yeast. Just mix it well and let it sit for a little bit, maybe like 1 minute, 1 minute or so. This is a very special dish that everybody loves. So now we're gonna start with the wet ingredient. So we're gonna put the water, the sugar and the yeast, and then we're gonna crack 1 egg. If you have the KitchenAid or the mixer, you can use that. Otherwise, just use the way I'm doing it with a wood spoon. You can use that instead. Either way would work, both would work. Now we're just gonna put a 3 teaspoon of olive oil. If you don't want olive oil, you can use regular vegetable oil or canola oil. We're just gonna mix them a little bit. We're gonna put half of the flour, all-purpose flour. Just keep mixing like that. Make sure the eggs all mix together. Now we're gonna add the salt and the rest of the flour. Keep stirring like that. My flour is not, some flour they absorb the liquid and then you don't have to add anything. Some of them depends on the brand. The one I have is a store brand. It depends on what kind of brand you have. But mine is it doesn't absorb that quickly, so I needed to add another 2 tablespoons of flour. But in the meantime, the dough is not going to be a stiff dough. It's going to be really soft and sticky. So you're going to see that I'm going to add the first tablespoon. I'm going to mix it. And then you're going to see later on how the dough is going to be. If you put 2 cups of flour and the dough turned the way I'm going to show you later, that's it. Don't add any more. But if it was a little runny like mine, you can add at least maybe another tablespoon because I just added one and I'm gonna add another one. That's another second tablespoon that I added. See, that's it. That's if you put the 2 cups of flour and your dough become like that, the way it showed now, that's it. You don't have to add any flour. But if your dough was like mine in the beginning, add at least maybe 2. See how? That's it, like that. It's gonna be a sticky dough. So you're just gonna use the wooden spoon or the KitchenAid or whatever you have. So cover it and let it rest for like 45 minutes and then we come back. Now I cut 2 potatoes, 2 cubes, small cubes. So I'm gonna put them in the water to boil. And I'm gonna season the water. I'm gonna put some, a little bit, not too much, a little bit like that. Turmeric and then coriander powder, a little bit, tiny, a little salt. That's for the potatoes, so we can like stuff it later after we're done. So put it on the stove and let it cook for a little bit. So it took 45 minutes for the dough to rise. Now I'm just gonna take some of the air out. Do you see how the dough is very lean and very soft? It's not as stiff at all, but it's not sticky anymore. If you put a little flour, it's not gonna be sticky anymore. But it's very soft, very soft. That's what you're looking for. You see, it's very soft and like that. That's what we're looking for. So don't get scared if you see it like that. You say, no, let me add more flour, because you see how I need to roll the flour. I keep adding flour to it. So, see? So there's no need to add the flour from the beginning. Open it and then tap on it and then flip it over so it doesn't stick. Add flour, a little bit of flour if you think you need it. If it's now we're gonna roll it. See, it's very easy. Just keep rolling. We'll go with you. So see the thickness? That's what you want it. You don't want it too thick, you don't want it too thin. So now we're gonna make them to a circle. You can use a cup, you can use a cutter, cookie cutter, or anything you have. This is the easiest way and the fastest way to do it this way. If you do the cookie cutter or a cup or anything, better than you just make a ball and then you will have one big, one small. This one you will have the same size for each one. You're gonna get a tray, put some flour in it, so we can put the dough, the one we're gonna cut. Put them on the side. See, that's the size I have. You can make it bigger or you can make them, I think this size is good. See, after you cut them, you just stretch them a little bit. Will be like an oval shape. And then you put them in a tray so they can rise for another 10 minutes until you get the oil ready. So you continue doing that and let them sit and rise for another 10 minutes, like I said. I thought I record myself deep frying them. I use the deep fryer. Otherwise, if you don't have the deep fryer, you can take a deep pan, fill it up with oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, and in a medium high heat, and then cook them that way. For the stuffing, we need harissa, we need boiled eggs, potato, the one we cooked before, olives, and cheese. And you can put tuna if you like. These are the fricassé dough, the one we fried. So I'm gonna show you that it's when we open them, it's not doughy inside. It's like a bread. They're very light and they cooked, so it's not like a dough inside or anything. Sorry, I missed I thought I was recording, but I wasn't recording when I was frying them. So you just take a tablespoon of harissa, you just put some oil, olive oil, and some water, and you mix it, and you will have harissa sauce. You can add harissa if you want to be hot. If you don't want it, you can don't put harissa. It's up to you. And the stuffing's all up to you. Whatever you want. You can put chicken, you can put tuna, you can put parsley, anything you like you can put in this recipe. So, but the traditional one is eggs, harissa, olives, tuna, and potatoes. So I'm going to show you one more. So I hope you will like this recipe and try it. It's very easy, very tasty. Just follow the steps, follow the ingredient, and everything will work out for you. So this is it. I finished them all. I hope you will like this video. And if you do, don't forget to like and share and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.